Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, Hare Devotees. So, today is Dhanteras. So, I wanted to have just a quick discussion about Dhanteras, what it means. And many people regard this as the beginning of the Diwali celebration, the 5 days, starting today, Dhanteras and Kali Chaudas, and then Diwali, and then 2 more days after that. Some also they regard yesterday as the beginning, when they do puja of Gomata, and it's called Vasubharas, and we know it as Vagbaras. So that marks the beginning sometimes of the festivals, Diwali festival. And Gomata and the calf are worshipped because they hold such an important place in Vedic culture. She's worshipped and nurtured with the utmost respect. And her Pancha Gavya is very important. Panchamrit is very, very important because they're used in all our festivals, and also when we install deities, so many things, pujas that we do. So Gomata is so important. So Dhanteras today is the appearance of Dhanvantari. And how did he appear? This was through the churning of the milk ocean. So we can very quickly go through this pastime to remember Dhanvantari. Now, the demigods, Indradev, unfortunately offended Durvasa Muni, who became very angry with him. And he cursed him to lose all his opulence. So Indradev lost the heavenly planets, and the Devatas and Lord Brahma then had to consult with Lord Vishnu how to get the heavens back. And Lord Vishnu gave them a bit of a surprise. He said to them, probably for the first time, you should make a truce with with the demons. And this was a bit of a surprise. A truce? They are our enemies. Yes, they are your enemies, but you can make a truce with them for the greater good. And what is the greater good? He then explained that the churning of the ocean will produce the most valuable medicine, the nectar of immortality. And when you drink this, no one will be able to conquer you. So the demigods then went to Bali and explained about the truce, how they can work together to obtain this nectar. And that's what they did. The demigods and the demons agreed that truce, and they worked hard to churn the ocean. And that was really hard. This churning of the ocean is no small task. And in fact, I think there are about 7 incarnations of the Lord to assist with the churning of this ocean. So it's really, in this pastime, so many different incarnations come together. So it must be quite interesting how they greet each other. But anyway, won't go too much into that detail. So what was happening, the demigods were holding the tail, and the demons were holding the head of Vasuki, who was used as a churning rod, and underneath, as the pivotal point, was Kurma, one of the incarnations of the Lord. Then the mountain was placed, Mandara mountain was placed on top of Kurma, and on top of Mandara mountain, to keep it all steady, was Lord Vishnu. Amongst the demigods, he was the first, Ajita, and in that way, they churned the ocean. And the first thing that came out of the ocean was poison. Oh, let's have a quick look at this picture. There's Ajita there, another incarnation of Vishnu, Kurma, and then you've got Mahavishnu or Narayan. So then this poison, very kindly they approached Lord Shiva, who is the most merciful, who drank the poison, keeps it in his neck, and is known as Nilakan for that most amazing, benevolent act of his. Very popular, very famous. And then they started to churn again. And as the poison had already come out, all the goodness then came out of the churning. And eventually the pot of nectar came. But before that, the Dhanvantari appears. And here he is.
He's the one who's carrying the pot.
And he's the one who's carrying the pot. That's right. That's right. Now, Dhanvantari is the Lord of medicine. And the system of Ayurveda medicine comes from him, the Supreme Lord. So this system of Ayurveda is also considered to be very natural and spiritual as well, because it comes from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This day, Lord Dhanvantari is worshipped, holding a kalash full of nectar, amrit, which is what we have here, and in one hand, and the other hand he's using to give his blessings. So to get good health, in order so that we can continue our service to Radha and Krishna, we can pray to Dhanvantari. Please allow us to have good health. Not just we have good health to do all sorts of nonsense, but to serve the Supreme Lord. That's the reason to ask for the good health, protection. So Dhanvantari is a day, Dhanteras is the day, is the day when we worship Dhanvantari, the medicinal incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Some people, especially those who are very materialistic in their lifestyle, they approach, they worship on this day Dhan meaning wealth. So they would perhaps buy some gold and silver today, or perhaps start a new venture today, which will hopefully give them fruits of what they want. But the Vaishnavas and devotees really don't worry too much about this aspect. Their wealth is Radha and Krishna. And if we can focus more on Radha and Krishna through our chanting, then this is considered extremely valuable for us.
Some people also buy utensils because it signifies the pot that Dhanvantari is holding as well.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other traditions? Naniben, anything that you follow that you like to share?
No, we have always sort of not worship. I'm on Dhanteras. We do puja of our gold or some of the coins. We have always done right from as long as I remember from my parents. So we have continued that tradition of looking at the auspicious time which Jayanti Mataji sent this morning. And so depending on that, we worshipped and we sort of washed and cleaned and then prayed. But we never buy any gold, but we just wash and clean and pray to along with Krishna, whatever is there in our house. Few things we put on a dish, decorate it, and then we sort of leave it there for about 5 days.
Yeah. Sometimes people also light candles from.
Yeah, so people start their
in the evening
cleaning today and then start lighting the diyas from today and do rangoli and things like that.
Yeah. Yes, that we used to do, producing diyas, but rangolis and but because Diwali starts from today, isn't it? They said Dhanteras. And surprisingly, when it says Barbaras, which was supposed to be yesterday, I remember my mother used to have a sort of like a stencil or an image of the wag or a tiger and we used to fill it with different colors. This happened ages ago when we were in Africa. Right? That has never not been continued. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Hmm.
So we don't worship cow and the calf, but they did this puja of the wag. I don't know what that signifies.
Yeah, not sure about that. Yeah,
Mhm.
interesting.
Hi, Krishna.
Yes,
Yes.
Karuna.
So here we also do Yam Puja. So today we light a four-sided lamp and we
Yes.
place it in south direction. So this is so that we don't have I don't know, something like unforeseen death, things like that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's to say you try and keep Yamraj away during these 5, especially these 5
Yeah.
days.
Yes.
Yeah. And also it's also mentioned that Lakshmi actually also comes out today as well. So some people also do start worshipping Lakshmi and do Lakshmi Puja as well today. And also they light the diyas at night to for Lakshmi Devi as well.
I think we do Lakshmi Puja or what we call, and also puja of our business books.
And
Not
ancestors.
of our business books.
Yeah, that's right. The
That
accounts.
we do,
Yeah.
do more accounts, yes.
Yeah.
We used to do. I think that happens on the Diwali day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They close the year and start the new
correct,
year.
yes. And we buy the new books and do the puja of the new books. We
That's
also
right.
do, some sort of coins or some currency like done that we do the puja today.
Good.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else? Sitaram, anything you'd like to share?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
At my place, my Dharmpatni, my daughter-in-law, and my son, they prepared they made arrangement to have deep done as from tonight. So we pray, and I don't know so many diya my Dharmpatni has installed, and she is worshipping. So I don't know the gods, but I personally I worship Krishna, chanting, sing. That's it.
Yes. Very good. Thank you so much, dear. So these are the different incarnations. So we have Kurma, the tortoise, then we have the 1,000-armed Vishnu on top of the mountain, holding it steady. Lord Jitta, who is churning the ocean with the demigods. And then there's Lord Vishnu, who enters the demons as the quality of passion. The demigods quality of goodness. Vasuki is quality of ignorance, in order to encourage them and increase their strength and energy. Then we have Dhanvantari himself coming. And then Mohini. So 6 incarnations in this pastime. It's really extraordinary. Amazing. Okay, I wanted to stop there, unless there's any further comments or questions. Okay, thank you so much. So let's